Not a small adjustment, not a quiet change in the background of your life, but a divine rearrangement so powerful that when it arrives, nothing in your world will look the same. And I want you to hear this with every fiber of your spirit. You are standing on the edge of a holy turning point. You may not feel it, you may not see it, but God is already moving the pieces behind the scenes. God is aligning the path. God is preparing the breakthrough. God is constructing the miracle you have been waiting for, the one you stopped talking about, the one you doubted would ever come. And this moment, this very moment, is the beginning of the shift. You have walked through storms that tried to break you. You have cried the tears nobody saw. You have battled the thoughts that nearly crushed you. But God was watching. God was recording every silent struggle, every hidden sacrifice, every moment when you wanted to give up but still chose to stand. And now, after all the pressure, all the delays, all the confusion, God is preparing to flip the entire script of your life. Do not think for 1 second that your suffering was wasted. Do not assume that your setbacks were failures. In the realm of God, what looks like a delay is often preparation, and what seems like a closed door is sometimes divine protection. God has been shaping you, stretching you, refining you. God has been removing the wrong voices, exposing false connections, breaking the chains that held you down. God has been making room for what is coming, because what God is about to release into your life cannot fit into the small, limited space where you once lived. And I want you to understand something deep. You are not waiting on God. God is waiting on the right moment. When God shifts something, it is not partial. It is not incomplete. It is not fragile. When God shifts, everything must align: time, people, opportunities, and atmosphere. And right now, that alignment is happening. There is a spiritual earthquake beneath your feet. You don't see the ground moving yet, but the vibration has begun. God is shaking everything that cannot remain, so that the things meant for you will finally rise to the surface of your life. You have felt tired for a reason. You have felt disconnected for a reason. You have felt a strange restlessness in your spirit because God has been pulling you away from the old season. You could no longer settle where you once felt comfortable. You could no longer pretend that certain relationships still fed you. You could no longer pretend that certain environments still fit you. That discomfort was not a sign of failure, it was a sign of elevation. God was preparing you internally before shifting things externally. This is why certain plans collapsed. This is why certain people left. This is why doors that looked perfect suddenly closed. It was never rejection, it was a redirection. God did not allow those things to work because those things were too small for where God is taking you. You are not going backward. You are not losing. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned. And when God positions someone, it may look strange, it may feel lonely, it may come with confusion, but it always ends in purpose. And now the shift is approaching. A shift so sudden that even you will ask, how did this happen so fast? A shift so undeniable that nobody will be able to claim credit except God. A shift so transformative that your old battles will no longer have access to your new season. You have been carrying burdens that were never meant to follow you into your future. God is about to lift them. You have been trying to force doors open that God never intended for you to enter. God is about to reveal the correct door, the one that was built for you, the one that honors your soul, the one that fits your destiny, the one that leads to the elevation God planned long before you were aware of the path. Listen closely. When God decides to bring a shift, nothing can stop it. No person, no obstacle, no delay, no force can interfere with a divine movement. When God says it is time, it becomes time. When God declares a new season, the old one must end. When God releases favor, it cannot be retracted by human opinion, judgment, or resistance. And as you stand on this threshold, you must understand the magnitude of what God is doing inside you before it appears around you. God never releases a shift until the vessel is ready to carry it. God strengthens the foundation long before the structure rises. God refines the heart long before the blessing arrives. And lately, you have felt the internal stretching, the unusual pressure, the quiet discomfort because God has been enlarging your capacity. You are not who you were a year ago, a month ago, or even a week ago. You have been evolving, maturing, awakening. God has been opening your eyes to the truth behind people's intentions. God has been sharpening your discernment so you no longer fall for the same traps. God has been clearing your spirit from the noise that used to distract you. These are not small changes. They are evidence that God is preparing you for something bigger than what you once prayed for. The shift God is bringing is not only external, it is spiritual, emotional, mental, and deeply personal. God is reconstructing the way you see yourself. God is restoring the confidence that life tried to take from you. God is rebuilding the strength that disappointment tried to drain from you. Every time you thought you were breaking, God was actually molding you. Every time you felt abandoned, God was silently surrounding you. Every time you lost something you believed you needed, God was making room for something that would actually elevate you. There were moments you questioned why God removed certain people so suddenly. You questioned why conversations changed, why connections faded, why bonds dissolved. It felt painful, but God was uprooting what could not grow with you. The shift requires a release. The shift requires a separation. Not everyone who started with you is meant to cross into your next chapter. Some people were only assigned to temporary seasons, but you try to make them permanent fixtures. God stepped in to protect you from attachments that would have suffocated your purpose. This is why your spirit grew heavy around certain environments. God was signaling that your time there had expired. This is why your heart became unsettled in circles you once enjoyed. God was pulling you away from places that could not nurture your next level. This is why your desire for old habits died quickly. God was cleansing you from everything that once diluted your identity and distracted your path. You didn't lose anything. God freed you. And now that the pruning has taken place, the harvest is being prepared. God is positioning you for opportunities you did not even imagine yourself worthy of. God is pushing you toward doors that require courage, faith, and obedience. God is elevating you into spaces where your name will be spoken with honor, not jealousy, with respect, not ridicule. God is aligning circumstances that will reveal why you had to walk through storms that others never understood. The shift will justify the struggle, but you must not shrink yourself when God starts opening these doors. Do not apologize for growing. Do not apologize for evolving. Do not apologize for walking away from what no longer feeds your soul. You have been shaped for more. You have been prepared for greater. You have been refined to carry weight others could not handle. God has been amplifying your spirit so that when the blessing arrives, you will stand in it with boldness, not fear, with clarity, not doubt, with gratitude, not hesitation. The shift God is bringing is not random. It is strategic. It is intentional. It is rooted in divine wisdom, far beyond your understanding. Some of the things God allowed to break in your life were never meant to remain. Some of the tears you cried were watering seeds for your future. Some of the delays were saving you from irreversible harm. God's timing is not slow, it is perfect. And you are walking into a moment where every piece of your journey begins to make sense. You will begin to see why you didn't fit in certain groups. You will begin to see why your spirit resisted certain paths. You will begin to see why your life took a route that others couldn't understand. God was protecting the calling on your life. God was preserving your inner strength. God was cultivating a deeper resilience inside you. And now that the preparation is complete, the transformation will unfold rapidly. There will be a sudden shift in your mindset, a sudden shift in your environment, a sudden shift in your opportunities. God does not operate by human speed. What takes people years, God can do in moments. What appears impossible to the world is simple for God. This is why you must release every fear that whispers lies to you. Fear tells you the shift is too big. Faith tells you God is bigger than the shift. Fear tells you that you are unqualified. Faith tells you God equips who God chooses. Fear tells you to stay small. Faith tells you to rise. God never calls you into a shift that God has not already prepared the resources for. You will not enter your next season empty-handed. God will provide what you need: strength, clarity, wisdom, support, opportunities, provision, guidance. You are not stepping into this shift alone. God is walking with you. God is going before you. God is clearing the obstacles and arranging the steps that will carry you into the future, prepared for you long before you understood your own potential. There is a reason you are pushed to let go of all the dreams that no longer reflect your growth. God is replacing them with the dreams that match your new level. There is a reason your desires began to change. God was reshaping your inner compass so you would no longer chase what was beneath your destiny. There is a reason your spirit outgrew what once inspired you. God is calling you into a broader landscape, a more expansive vision, a deeper purpose. You are stepping into a time when God will speed up what was slow, make simple what was complicated, and unlock what was stuck. Things that were delayed will suddenly accelerate. Things that were confusing will become clear. Things that were hidden will be revealed. God is not only shifting your circumstances, God is shifting your understanding. You will begin to walk with a confidence you thought you lost. You will begin to speak with a boldness you never felt before. You will begin to see yourself through the eyes of divine intention, not human judgment. The shift God is bringing will separate you from anything that insults your worth. You will no longer tolerate environments that belittle your spirit. You will no longer accept relationships that drain your energy. You will no longer participate in cycles that destroy your peace. God is elevating you, and elevation cannot coexist with what diminishes you. This shift will require you to honor yourself the way God has always honored you. There is a strength rising inside you that cannot be explained. You feel it an inner firmness, a deeper grounding, a spiritual awakening. This is God reinforcing your foundation. This is God ensuring that when the blessing comes, you will not break under the weight of it. You will carry it with wisdom, humility, and authority. The shift is also bringing restoration. God is repairing the parts of you that were shattered by disappointment and betrayal. God is healing the wounds that you tried to ignore, the ones you buried beneath busy schedules, forced smiles, and silent battles. God is lifting the heaviness from your chest. God is bringing peace to areas where your heart has been restless for too long. God is restoring the joy that was stolen from you piece by piece. You will not remain in the place of emotional exhaustion. God is refreshing your spirit, renewing your strength, and breathing new life into your vision. You will feel hope again. You will feel excitement again. You will feel aligned again. This shift is not only about what God is giving you, it is about who God is making you become. You will rise with a sharper discernment. You will rise with a deeper faith. You will rise with a clearer purpose. You will rise with a stronger resilience. Your entire identity is being elevated. God is removing the limitations that life placed on you. God is destroying the lies that people spoke over you. God is breaking the patterns that kept you stuck. This shift is not small, it is a complete transformation. And as God multiplies what is being transformed within you, the atmosphere around your life will begin to shift in ways that even your enemies cannot deny. There are moments when God moves quietly, but there are also seasons when God moves so openly, so visibly, so undeniably that those who doubted you will witness the very elevation they never imagined you would reach. This is one of those seasons. God is about to perform changes that cannot be explained by logic or human reasoning. The shift will carry the fingerprints of divine orchestration, the kind of transformation that leaves people stunned because they cannot trace the process, only the result. You may have spent years feeling unseen or overlooked, but God never overlooked you. God was simply preparing the right moment for your unveiling. Just as seeds remain hidden in the soil until the appointed time, your potential was hidden until it was fully matured. You were not invisible, you were being cultivated. And now, God is bringing you into a season of emergence. You will rise in ways that defy your own expectations. You will step into opportunities that once felt out of reach. You will speak with a voice strengthened by trial and purified by the truth. God is not shifting you to elevate your image. God is shifting you to reveal your purpose. You have a calling that cannot remain buried. You have a mission that requires the new strength God has formed within you. You have a destiny that must unfold. And this shift is the gateway to its manifestation. Every experience, every hardship, every sleepless night, every prayer of desperation has shaped you into the person capable of carrying what God is about to entrust to you. This is why you have been feeling a sense of urgency lately, not anxiety, but spiritual urgency. God is awakening you from the inside out, stirring a new hunger for growth, discipline, and clarity. What once satisfied you no longer feels enough because God is expanding your spiritual appetite. You are being called into deeper faith, deeper surrender, deeper awareness. You are being drawn into a close alignment with God's guidance. You will notice yourself naturally drifting away from distractions that used to consume your attention. You will feel compelled to protect your peace with a seriousness you never had before. These shifts in your inner world are signs that God is preparing to entrust you with more. There is a divine seriousness in the atmosphere around you. This is not the time for self-doubt or spiritual timidity. God is calling you to rise with authority, to stand in your identity without shrinking. You have spent too long apologizing for your growth, dimming your light, or playing small to make others comfortable. The shift God is bringing will require courage. The courage to step into rooms that once intimidated you, the courage to express truth even when it isolates you, the courage to walk paths that others fear to tread. This courage will not come from your own strength, but from the deep assurance that God is with you, guiding every step. And when God is with you, no opposition can overthrow you. When God is guiding you, confusion cannot mislead you. When God is strengthening you, fear loses its grip. The shift will come with challenges, because elevation always disrupts the comfort of the old season. But every challenge will reveal how deeply God has fortified your spirit. You will face situations that once would have broken you, but this time you will stand firm. You will move with a stability that even you will be surprised by. You will realize that God has been transforming your inner world so thoroughly that the same storms that once terrified you now bow beneath your resilience. This shift is also bringing clarity, clearer vision, clearer priorities, clearer understanding of who you are and who you are not. Some of the confusion that has clouded your mind will lift suddenly. What you once called indecision was actually spiritual warfare against your future. God is silencing the noise. God is quieting the voices that do not reflect truth. God is aligning your thoughts with the divine intention. You will begin to see your life not through the lens of fear or limitation, but through the expansive vision God has been waiting to reveal to you. And this new clarity will illuminate relationships as well. You will quickly discern who is meant for your new season and who cannot journey forward with you. The shift will expose motives, reveal hidden intentions, and uncover truths that were previously blurred. You will not need to force anything. When God shifts you, misaligned connections naturally fall away. God is bringing people into your life who carry wisdom, integrity, sincerity, and spiritual alignment. These people will uplift you, support you, and contribute to the purpose God is shaping within you. Gone are the days of trying to please those who never valued your heart. God is surrounding you with those who recognize your light and help it shine brighter. You will also notice a shift in the way you carry yourself. The insecurity that once held you back will dissolve. The fear of judgment that once silenced your voice will fade. The doubt that once clouded your decision making will crumble. God is giving you a new posture, one of certainty, dignity, and inner authority. You will not walk with arrogance, but with a quiet confidence that comes from knowing who guides your steps. You will not seek validation from people, because the affirmation of God will resonate deeper than any human approval ever could. The shift will awaken your gifts. Talents you buried out of fear or neglect will rise again. Creativity that you once ignored will surge with new strength. Ideas you dismissed will reappear with clarity. God is breathing life into parts of you that were dormant. You will feel inspired in unexpected ways. You will develop new abilities, refine old skills, and experience breakthroughs in areas where you once felt stuck. Nothing God placed within you will remain stagnant. Every gift will serve a purpose. and every purpose will serve a greater plan. And as God brings this shift, provision will follow closely behind. You will not lack. You will not struggle the way you did before. God will open pathways for financial stability, strategic opportunities, and purposeful connections. You will receive resources you once thought were beyond your reach. You will experience support that feels divinely timed. You will step into a season where what you need comes not through strain, but through alignment with God's direction. This is not luck, it is divine orchestration. God is ensuring that you are fully equipped for the season you are stepping into. You will also notice a shift in your emotional landscape. The heaviness you carried for years will begin to lift. The frustration that once consumed you will dissolve. The tension inside your heart will ease. God is bringing emotional freedom. You will breathe differently. You will think differently. You will forgive differently. You will hope differently. The shift is not only in circumstances, it is in your soul. God is healing wounds that words cannot describe. God is restoring parts of you that life tried to crush. God is renewing your emotional strength so that you walk into your future whole, not wounded. You are entering a season where you will look back and say, only God could have done this. The shift will be too precise to be coincidence, too powerful to be random, too timely to be accidental. And as this divine shift gains momentum, you will begin to feel the atmosphere of your life changing even before anything visible happens. This is how God works: first in the unseen, then in the seen. You may feel a sudden peace that doesn't match your circumstances, a quiet confidence that overrides your doubts, or a sense of readiness you cannot logically explain. This is a spiritual confirmation. God is aligning your inner world with the future He is preparing for you. God is strengthening your heart so it can carry the weight of the blessings coming your way. God is fine-tuning your spirit so you recognize the opportunities He sends and do not sabotage them with fear or hesitation. You may not realize it yet, but the shift God is bringing is also a shift of identity. The version of you that survived the last season cannot be the version that walks into the next one. God is not simply changing your environment, God is changing you. You will notice a new seriousness rising in your soul. What once distracted you will no longer hold your attention. What once tempted you will no longer appeal to you. What once intimidated you will no longer have power over you. God is awakening a new version of you, stronger, wiser, more disciplined, more spiritually rooted. This inner transformation is the blueprint for everything else that is about to unfold. Do not be surprised if you feel separated from certain people or pulled away from certain conversations. God is not isolating you. God is refining you. There is a difference between loneliness and divine separation. Loneliness drains your spirit. Divine separation prepares you for destiny. In this season, God is removing the voices that cloud your thinking, the influences that weaken your discipline, and the connections that quietly drain your energy. God is clearing the space so you can breathe again, think clearly again, dream freely again. You are not losing people, you are losing limitations. And as these limitations fall off, your spiritual sensitivity will sharpen. You will begin to perceive things deeper, notice patterns quicker, and discern intentions more clearly. God is not shifting you into a new season blindly. God is giving you the spiritual tools to navigate it with wisdom. You will know what to pursue and what to avoid. You will know who to trust and who to pray for from afar. You will know which doors are from God and which are traps dressed as opportunities. This is divine intelligence. This is wisdom formed through experience, guided by God, and cultivated through obedience. The shift will also bring a new boldness to your faith. You will no longer pray from a place of desperation, but from a place of authority. You will no longer speak like someone hoping for change. You will speak like someone expecting it. God is teaching you to trust Him, not only with your tears, but with your confidence. You will no longer approach life timidly, wondering if things will work out. You will walk with the assurance that God is orchestrating everything in your favor. The old version of you waited for signs. The new version of you moves because of a faith. And when faith starts leading your steps, things that once felt impossible begin to unfold naturally. You will see progress in areas that were stagnant. You will see breakthroughs in places that once felt locked. You will see movement where there was only stillness. God is accelerating what once crawled. God is unclogging what was blocked. God is breathing life into what you thought was dead. And when God breathes on something, nothing can remain the same. You must understand that the shift God is bringing is not just for your benefit, it is also for your influence. There are people you are destined to impact, environments you are assigned to shift, and lives you are meant to inspire. God is elevating you, not for ego, but for purpose. You will step into positions where your character, your resilience, your wisdom, and your spiritual strength will speak louder than any title. People will see your journey and be strengthened by your endurance. They will see you arise and be reminded that God can lift anyone. They will see your shift and be encouraged to trust God with their own. This is why the process was so difficult. Your life is a message. Every battle prepared your voice. Every disappointment deepened your compassion. Every closed door sharpened your discernment. God was shaping you into someone who carries influence without compromising integrity, someone who carries authority without losing humility, someone who carries purpose without needing validation. You are stepping into a season where God will use everything you survived as a testimony of strength. The very things you thought disqualified you will become the reasons people respect you. The wounds you hid will become the wisdom you share. The storms you endured will become the faith you stand on. Nothing was wasted. God is turning your history into a foundation for your destiny. You will also notice a shift in your priorities. What you once chased, you will no longer desire. What you once tolerated, you will no longer accept. What you once feared, you will no longer run from. God is recalibrating your values, teaching you what truly matters, and aligning your spirit with eternal purpose rather than temporary satisfaction. You will make decisions differently, not from emotion, but from alignment, not from pressure, but from peace, not from insecurity, but from spiritual clarity. And then comes the shift in divine timing. There are seasons in life where you labor for years and see little results, but there are also seasons where God compresses time, where months of progress happen in days, where doors open before you even knock, where answers appear before you finish the prayer. You are stepping into a season where the pace of your life will change. Things will happen faster than you planned, smoother than you expected, and more powerfully than you imagined. This is the momentum of God, a force that cannot be stopped, delayed, or resisted. But with this momentum comes responsibility. God is trusting you with greater influence, deeper wisdom, and higher purpose. This shift will require maturity. It will require discipline. It will require a seriousness about your calling that you may not have had before. God is not elevating you to entertain the old version of your life. God is elevating you to walk into a new identity, a new rhythm, a new standard. You must leave behind the habits that weakened you, the conversations that distracted you, the environments that stifled you. This shift is sacred. Treat it with reverence. You are also stepping into a season of divine protection. God is shielding you from battles you never knew existed. God is blocking attacks before they reach you. God is hiding you from plots that were meant to destroy you. There will be moments when you feel a sudden delay or detour. Do not misinterpret it as misfortune. It is God protecting you. Some of the places you could not enter were not because you were unqualified, but because God shielded you from harm you could not see. This protection is a sign of God's investment in your future. God guards what has purpose. God covers what has destiny. God protects what carries potential. You are not ordinary. You are chosen for a different path, a different role, a different impact. This is why your life has felt heavier, more intense, more spiritually sensitive. You are being prepared for a level that requires divine covering. And as God continues to shift your life, people will begin to notice changes in your presence. You will carry a calmness that cannot be shaken, a strength that cannot be measured, a peace that cannot be disrupted. This is the presence of someone God has transformed. You will speak with clarity. You will walk with direction. You will think with depth. You will move with the intention. God will make your life a reflection of divine craftsmanship. And now, as you stand on the edge of this divine shift, I want you to remember this. God is not moving by accident. God is not moving because the world demands it. God is moving because the time is perfect, the purpose is clear, and the person He has been preparing you has reached the fullness of readiness. The shift will not be gradual or weak. It will be profound, unmistakable, and life-altering. You will step into it with confidence because God has equipped you for every challenge, every breakthrough, every unexpected turn that accompanies it. Do not fear the speed of this transformation. Do not doubt the magnitude of what God is bringing. Do not resist the people, opportunities, or circumstances that begin to align around you. Every detail has been orchestrated. Every moment of preparation has led to this point. And as the doors open, as the paths straighten, as the blessings arrive, you will see clearly that every struggle, every tear, every moment of waiting was not wasted. It was shaping you for this exact season. So rise, walk boldly, speak with authority, trust without hesitation, embrace the shift with an unshakable faith, knowing that God has not only promised you this new season, but has already declared it completed in His perfect timing. Your life will never be the same because God is about to do what only God can do. And when the shift is complete, you will stand as living proof that God's timing is perfect, God's plans are unshakable, and God's power cannot be rivaled. Step into the shift. Step into your destiny, fully confident that God is with you, for you, and moving on your behalf. Your season of elevation is here. Your time of breakthrough has arrived. Your divine shift is unstoppable, and God has already made it so.